Hello ladies and gentlemen, and thank you ever so much for clicking on this video, and welcome back your lovely faces. Today we're going to be talking about a story that is what we want more of in the press. This is what we want, it's a great little heartfelt story from Rob Lowe talking with Michael Gandolfini, and it's just great, because we've always talked about it on this channel. I've talked about it at length at certain times as well, in live streams, even though I'm doing a gaming stream. It always comes back to the performance. That performance, Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, Johnny Depp's Jack Sparrow is the bravest performance ever. That's coming from Rob Lowe. Again, some people may be thinking, like, who's Rob Lowe? The younger ones. But Rob Lowe in the 80s and 90s was amazing. So, Pirates of the Caribbean star Johnny Depp held his nose. And entered the Disney franchise as Captain Jack Sparrow, only for the star to manifest the bravest acting choice in the history of show business, and no one comes close, claims Rob Lowe. Johnny Depp's Captain Jack Sparrow may have led Disney's billion-dollar franchise, Pirates of the Caribbean, across 5 blockbusters, but his take on the character was a far cry from the studio's original concept of the swashbuckler. They had wanted him to be somewhat like Burt Lancaster in 1952's The Crimson Pirate, with stars like Matthew McConaughey, Jim Carrey and Michael Keaton having been considered. So were older actors Christopher Walken and Robert De Niro, but the last Pirates movie, the genre, which was Cutthroat Island, one of the worst films ever, having been such a big flop, it actually put Carolco Pictures out of business. So with that one there, Carolco Pictures, they're the ones who did the Rambo series. They're the ones who did Terminator 2. They're the ones who did, like, Cliffhanger. This is a picture company, well, they were a picture company, who made some of the biggest and some of the best action films of the 80s and 90s. And we're going to have a quick look at these, because when you look at what they did, and you look at the actual films they had, it's like, right, okay then, this is what they needed, and to be honest with you, it's like, oh my god. So, we got, obviously, they did Cutthroat Island, like we were saying, but let's say the Rambo films, they did Prince of Darkness, which is an amazing film, Red Heat, They Live, Johnny Handsome, Shocker, Music Box, Lock Up. In the 90s though, Total Recall, Air America, Jacob's Ladder, Hamlet, LA Story, The Punisher, we won't talk about that one, but you got The Doors, Terminator 2, Basic Instinct, Universal Soldier, Chaplin, Cliffhanger, Showgirls, Stargate, so many amazing films right by there. And it was actually only one film that let them down, and it is the pirate film Cutthroat Island. Because with Cutthroat Island, they were basically doing a toss-up between Cutthroat Island with Gina Davis as their main headliner, or an Arnold Schwarzenegger $200 million epic. They chose Cutthroat Island because it was going to be cheaper. Turned out it wasn't so cheap, and they lost nearly every single penny. Everything. That film made them go broke. So obviously you can see why Christopher Walken, Robert De Niro, Michael Keaton, anyone who's considered to be Captain Jack Sparrow, they were all like, yeah, pirate films don't work. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Look up the last Pirates film. It bombed. But it does go on. In the end, Disney cast indie actor Johnny Depp, who had previously said he wouldn't be a blockbuster boy. The star ignored the Lancaster inspiration, went for a mixture of Rolling Stones rocker Keith Richards and Looney Tune womanizer Pepe Le Pew instead, which really freaked out the studio, even though their leading man would go on to be Oscar nominated for the role. We did that in the 13 Facts About Depp, which is on the channel, which I will leave a link down below as well for you. Speaking with Michael Gandolfini on Literally with Rob Lowe, the latter praised Depp's balls for his unequivocal courage in resisting changes to his vision. The West Wing star said in his podcast, "People ask what is the greatest performance ever, and I say I don't know what the greatest performance ever, but I will tell you the bravest performance ever, and I'm sorry I don't give a... Sorry, you cannot convince me that anyone else comes close. So you're Johnny Depp, they offer you Pirates of the Caribbean. You have to remember that it's become such a thing that you have to go back in time and remember it was an amusement park ride. Not a movie based on a book, not a play, not based on someone has this great idea for a script. Nope, it was based on a ride. and you give it to Johnny Depp, who holds his nose and says yes, because he's been doing those weird movies that work, don't work, whatever, and it's kind of put up or shut up time for him. We've all faced that in our careers, and you know the studios like, we've got Johnny Depp, F yeah, this is going to be amazing. Exactly. Every single thing after this, it's literally like, yeah, Johnny Depp, he got him great. Beforehand, it's like, oh, we got Johnny Depp, have we? Okay, we got Edward Scissorhands, because that's what he was known for. Lowe continued, what they were hoping to get was Jake Gyllenhaal in Prince of Persia, but what they got was Jack Sparrow. Can you imagine making that choice? We all just think it was baked in and naturally happened. Hell no. There's a version of the movie, and it's the version the studio wanted, of a handsome, straight leading man, macho, boring, doing his thing. And Johnny's like, I won't be doing that. It's the bravest acting choice in the history of the business. Period. And then, they're all like, want to fire him, and you go, do I want to get fired off the last train leaving Clarkston for me? And maybe I'll just dial it back. And he didn't. It's amazing, which it is. So, in 2018, Johnny Depp told GQ Disney hated me, which they were. They were thinking of every way they could get rid of me, to fire me. Oh, we're going to have to subtitle him. We don't understand him. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with his arms? Is he drunk? Is he mentally stupefied? Is he gay? Express.com caught up with Mr. Gibbs co-star Kevin McNally and asked his memories of Johnny Depp's clashes over his take on Sparrow. McNally told us late last year the Pirates of the Caribbean set, oh yes, definitely, yeah. A lot of suits visiting, asking what the hell was going on. But I think once we got our budget back within about a week, all their worries seemed to fade. And he got an Oscar nomination. I wish he'd got it actually. Yeah, I do, to be honest with you, because that would have cemented, even though the character is cemented in legacy no matter anyway, if he won the Oscar for that role, that would have given up-and-coming actors to be like, I can do whatever I want with a character. Because they may be having thoughts and being like, yeah, you know what? Oh, I don't know if I could do that. It's like, oh, that's too much. I can't do this. But if he did win it, they could be like, well, Johnny Depp won a Oscar for it. I can certainly go out and I can bring something to the role that no one else can. That's what I think. If he did win, that's what would have happened. We would have had a lot more people trying to do those kind of roles and bring a uniqueness to the part. Instead, the last, decade, we've just got people who are doing exactly the same stuff. For action movies, it's kind of stopped now, but for action movies, they kind of went the Bourne route, where it had to be down, gritty, real, close cut, quick editing. That didn't work for any film apart from the Bourne series. Bond tried it, Quantum of Solace failed miserably. Although his character escaped being toned down, his costume didn't. Sparrow had all gold teeth, and Depp would purposely overdress during the fitting to avoid having too much of his clothes and accessories removed. Pirates of the Caribbean producer Jerry Bruckheimer told Rob Lowe on his podcast in 2020, the studio executives were never really comfortable with the performance. It scared them half to death. There was no merchandising done. They had very little faith in the movie. Of course, Curse of the Black Pearl was a hit, and the rest is history. You know what? I'm going to have to try and find this Rob Lowe podcast and listen to the one with Jerry Bruckheimer, because that could be very interesting and could actually bring out some fascinating insights. But that's what we got by there, guys. Like I said, this is what we want more of. We want more great stories like this in the press, which are praising Johnny Depp. Because, like he said, you go out there, someone says one bad thing about you, the internet picks it up, and they literally just go on a hunt after you, and they'll just try and take you out, which is wrong. Again, if there's evidence, if there's a whole lot of evidence backing things up, then, you're going to get a lot of people against you, and rightfully so, if there's evidence. But that's what we got by there, ladies and gents. Thank you so much for coming to the video. Like I said, if you've got any questions or anything else, fire them off to this email address, cgsquestions@gmail.com. I will answer them. They could become a topic on a live stream, or they may actually come into a video one day. You never know. But if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon. Bye-bye, and stay safe.